Hey, if you're past 35 and you're trying to lean out via cycling, then you know the struggle. You ride hard and eat clean, but the scale can be really stubborn. Maybe your energy tanks, or you lose a bit and then it creeps back on, but that can be very frustrating. But let me reassure you, you're not doing it wrong. It's your body that just isn't listening to the rules that used to work for you when you were 20. But it can listen, once you speak its language. In today's video, we'll do exactly that. You'll learn how to train, eat, think and recover like cyclists who are serious about fat loss but refuse to sacrifice performance and your sanity. By the end, you'll have a system, not a fad. And yes, it works, especially for those over 35. So let's get into it. First, let's debunk the myth. Your body didn't betray you. It evolved. Here's what shifts. And it's subtle, gradual and real. Hormone shifts. Starting in your mid-30s, levels of growth hormone, IGF-1, and in men testosterone gradually decline. These hormones support muscle growth, recovery, and metabolic rate. Less of them means slower recovery and more difficulty hanging on to that lean tissue. Also, insulin sensitivity often declines slightly with age. That makes your body more likely to store carbohydrate, especially if not paired with strong metabolic demand, i.e. hard ride or a strength session. Non-exercise activity drop-off. You used to bounce around more, walk between classes, stand, fidget. Now you're in meetings, driving to the grocery store, and sitting at a desk. That daily background burn vanishes. In fact, when researchers measured total daily expenditure, the biggest difference between active and sedentary is from non-training movements, not your actual workout. So, when that drops, your total calorie budget shrinks, even if your structured training stays the same. Recovery becomes a bottleneck. Sleep disruptions, stress, and family demands. These are the things that bite harder now. Every missed hour of deep sleep, every work deadline, and every late night of screen session increases cortisol. Elevated cortisol can blunt fat loss, especially abdominal fat, and it can also impair recovery. So that room to push is narrower. Going full throttle all week becomes risky because overtraining is a real thing. Knowing these changes doesn't mean that you're defeated. It just means that we need to adapt, and that's what the rest of this guide is here to show you how to do. Let me be clear, you don't have to starve yourself, you just have to be more intentional. You should balance fuel and demand with fitness and not force. Here's the formula that I teach my clients. Protein is a non-negotiable foundation. Aim for about 2 grams per kilogram of body weight. Why? Because when calories dip, your body looks for lean tissue to cannibalize. Protein preserves muscles, supports growth, and also helps you feel full. Carbs should be taken, but only at the right times. Carbs fuel the rides, and that's their job. Use them around training windows. We use them before and during long hard rides to maintain intensity and to avoid the old bonk. We'll also use them immediately after exercise. This will replenish your glycogen and this helps stimulate recovery. When we're outside of our training window, we will scale them back. Lean more on proteins and fats and fibre. This carb timing approach ensures the carbs are put to work and not stored. Use flexible portion control. Don't let tracking burn you out. You don't need to log every gram if that stresses you. Try the hand portion method. For protein sources, we go with the palm of the hand. This size here, depending on the size of your hand. Carbs, we're going to go with cupped hand. And for fats, we just go the size of our finger. No need, and vegetables, we're going to go 2 fistfuls. There's no need to count calories. If we count that roughly portion sizes, you're going to be good. If you stay consistent, over time your body will adjust. A recent meta-review shows that consistent moderate deficits are more sustainable and less trauma-inducing than aggressive dieting. And repeated yo-yo dieting doesn't necessarily wreck metabolism, but it can complicate psychology. Add purposeful movements beyond your rides. Your bike sessions, they are powerful, but daily movement, walking, standing, short activity breaks, is a secret multiplier. Even short strolls, standing meetings, light chores, they push your total energy expenditure over the edge. In one study with older adults, just 60 minutes per week of light to moderate cycling over 6 weeks reduced waist circumference and improved body composition. As you get older, every extra step counts. One of the most common mistakes that I see is that cyclists, they overdo volume, underdo rest, and they end up weak, depleted, and even fatter. Here's your eye structure to smarter plan. Zone 2 is your metabolical backbone. Ride in that conversational zone for 2 to 3 sessions per week for about 60 to 120 minutes each. These rides optimize fat oxidation, improve mitochondrial density, and also build endurance, all while being kind to recovery. Because your recovery window is narrower now, trying to build everything through high intensity won't last. One quality hard workout per week. You will still want to maintain top end ability, but instead of daily intervals, pick one session, maybe threshold repeats. So that's 5 hard for 5 minutes, or some short VO2 max-ish surges. At this stage, quality is better than quantity. Strength training, twice weekly, is non-negotiable. This is where your defense against muscle loss comes in. For cyclists over 35, getting under the bar makes all the difference. A recent Spanish cohort study found a cyclist who added 2 weekly resistance sessions improved their power output by 4 to 7%. And gain muscle without significant weight gain. Use full body multi-joint lifts, so think squat, hinge, push press. Personally, I recommend CrossFit. I've been using it myself and it does the whole body. Buffer volume with recovery awareness. Don't be afraid to skip a ride if you're exhausted. Adaptations happen at rest, not when you're in pain. Recovery includes quality sleep, nutrition, mobility and stress control. Play with periodic phases. You might do 4 weeks with a calorie deficit with moderate intensity, followed by 1 week with higher calories and with actually easier sessions. Let's get real. Even with structure, you'll run into traps. So let's try to spot them now. So trap 1 is you've earned it mindset. After a hard ride, your brain whispers, you deserve that pizza or beer. And sometimes, well, maybe, yes you do, but frequently it undoes the week's worth of deficit in just one sitting. Recover your ride smarter, but keep your recovery nutrition aligned with your goals. Trap 2 is your weekend reset syndrome. You kill yourself all week and then Saturday night becomes an all-you-can-eat party. Just 2 of these weekends can wipe out a whole month of discipline. Trap 3 is under-fueling key sessions. You skip eating during long rides because you want to save calories, but then you bonk, crash later, and then you overeat. Fuel rides properly and your performance and fat loss work better hand in hand. Trap 4 is eating healthy food in endless volumes. Avocados, nuts, olive oil, they are all super healthy, yet they are calorie dense. If you pour avocado oil on everything you eat, then you're going to overshoot. Again, it's more awareness, not restriction. Trap 5 is to chase fast drops. Aggressive calorie cuts leads to muscle loss, metabolic down regulation and rebound. Gentle and consistent is much better. Remember, it didn't go on overnight, so it's not going to come off overnight. To keep things real, this isn't only about training and macros. It's about how you see yourself and how you respond when life throws curves. Remember, you are an athlete and not a dieter. When your identity shifts, I'm a cyclist, I fuel for performance, and I recover smart, then your decisions, they change. You don't punish yourself. You treat yourself with respect. You don't zero yourself on cheat days. You modulate. Progress over perfection. You will miss sessions. You will stress eat. But that's okay. The question is, do you stay in motion towards your goals or collapse with guilt? Choose the former. Build identity habits, not rules. Instead of I must never eat dessert, say I choose a slice now, then resume discipline. That just feels more sustainable. Ask, what would a lean, high-performance cyclist do at this moment? Then do that, one decision at a time. Sleep, stress and hormones matter as much as food. The hormonal view of aging shows trade-offs. As anabolic signaling declines, the balance with maintenance pathways shifts. Chronic stress throws that off balance further. So make your rest sacred. Dark room, consistent bedtime, screen cut-offs, and also wind down rituals. Embrace body recomposition, not just scale loss. Sometimes the weight doesn't move fast, but your body changes shape. You lose fat, gain muscle, tighten up. That's gold. One striking observation in a study of cyclists doing massive distances, so say over 1,000 kilometers per week, participants actually maintained body weight, but lost vascular fat and gained lean mass. So don't judge solely on weight. This week I want you to audit your fuel window and recovery signals. Task A is track for 7 days. Note your training times, pre-post-ride meals, what and when. Log your non-training meals, what and approximate portions. Record your sleep and quality. Scale it from 1 to 5. Record daily steps, incidental movement, or at least a rough estimate. Task B. Analyse the mismatches by day 7 and look for patterns. Did you underfuel before big sessions? Did high carb meals show up in rest days? Did poor sleep correspond with overeating or skipping training? Did low movement days cluster with high calorie intake? Task C. Adjust for the next week. Move carbs into training windows. Cut back carbs on rest non-training days. Add a move minute block every 10 minutes. Enforce a fixed wake up time. Dark room. No screens before 30 minutes before bed. By the next week, you'll see how your system reacts when you respect its cues, and you'll be ready to refine again. Listen, losing weight after 35 isn't easy, but easy doesn't make for meaningful gains. The trick is to knowing what to push and when to pull back. Don't fall for extremes. Don't think food is the enemy. Think of it as fuel, structure and recovery. Don't measure success solely by the scale. Measure how you feel, how you ride, and how your clothes fit. If you follow this guide, fuel smart, train smart, rest smart, and mind your head, you can change your body performance and longevity. You've got the wisdom now, so use it. Ride with heart. I'll see you next week.